Over to the Senate now. That's where leaders took to the microphone for the first time since their summer recess. And there was really just one question, one theme, one topic for the Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, his health.
Plans to retire anytime soon?
I have no announcements to make on that subject.
What do you say to those who...
I'm going to finish my term as leader, and I'm going to finish my Senate term.
You know, they were standing by him today. Of course, there was this freeze-up. Second time that we've seen it from Mitch McConnell. He basically put out this letter from the attending physician saying, everything's good. Is everything good from here?
So the people I talk to who work in the Senate at whatever levels, there's confidence that McConnell is competent to continue to execute his job, right? It's not like it's not Dianne Feinstein or something where people say, oh, she can't do it, and the staff's not, the staff's not really running. So they have confidence. What Republicans are worried about, correctly, are, to use a terrible DC word, the optics. The way that this looks, to have the chief point of prosecution for Republicans against Joe Biden is what? He's too old to be president. He's just too old to be president. When Mitch McConnell has these episodes in public, it undercuts confidence. It puts.
You saw Josh Hawley raise that exact point today, which is if we're going to be critical of Biden, we have to be critical of McConnell, and that's not wrong.
And to that point, for the normies in the Republican Senate conference, right, those folks who are standing behind McConnell in that picture, when do you want to have the leadership fight? At what point do you want? John Thune is the heir apparent to this. But can he deal with J.D. Vance, and can he deal with Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz and Rand Paul and all those folks?
Wasn't Cornyn also kind of?
I think the Marlboro man's got the inside track here.
Listen, Cornyn is in McConnell's camp, and he doesn't have to worry about John Barrasso, and he doesn't have to worry about John Thune. What Republicans ultimately are worried about is they want McConnell to be able to do what McConnell does when he's at his best. They need him to navigate a Democratic White House and a Democratic-run Senate and a majority Republican House that can't shoot straight unless they're shooting at each other. And in order to get them where they need to be, which is a functioning government without angering their primary voters. And if Mitch McConnell, they worry, is having these kind of health episodes, they think to themselves, can he still negotiate for us and pull strings for us the way he has done for so long, which is the reason he's been their leader for 16, 17 years and not always winning elections, although winning quite a bit. And in the middle of a fight over supplemental funding for Ukraine and government funding and all of these legislative battles coming down the pike this month and the next after that, that is what they're concerned about. If he can show them that he can do that, they'll be very happy to leave him where he is and let him do that.
There are still some skeptics, though. Rand Paul, for example, a doctor by trade.
Ophthalmologist.
Still practicing. He said, quote, headline from The Hill, it doesn't look like dehydration to me. Look, part of the argument here from Mitch McConnell today that we heard from him is that he wants to be transparent. He wants to come forward. Obviously, there's lots of questions about his age, his health, the greater question about age and health. But let me ask you something. We saw this letter from Mitch McConnell, from the attending physician on Mitch McConnell. I missed the letter from Dianne Feinstein. Did anybody get that letter?
Well, now the Dianne.
And does Dianne Feinstein? Do we need? If we heard from the attending physician on Mitch McConnell, do we need to hear from the attending physician on Dianne Feinstein?
Dianne Feinstein has no defenders outside of her own office.
And she's not in leadership either.
Right. She's just a vote.
But they need her on the Senate Judiciary Committee. I know she's not in leadership, but her position is...
It's tenuous to replace.
Well, and her position is going to go to a Democrat. McConnell's situation could be different because you got a Democrat governor in Kentucky.
But the Democrats are actually concerned about whether they could actually get that appointment, even if they appoint a Democrat.
But Nancy Pelosi laid out the path that McConnell could follow, which is remain in the Senate,
correct,
give up his leadership position, and be around as a credible threat to try to keep order and be the power behind the throne.
And still be eligible for his nearly $150,000 a year pension that he will get as soon as he retires.
That's only because he's been there since 1930.
You were just trying to do the math in your head as to what you get.
$5,000 a month, Social Security check. He's got a lot of checks rolling in, this guy.
Well, from the leader to a freshman.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.